this was just clicking on and off. Dead. Take a peek inside. Why do we have water there? There's water on the base. Oh, it's cold. Let's remove the front cover so we can get behind the display module and look at the U controller. The drip. Oh, yeah, that's not good. A lot of water there. There's that noise again. Stop. Let's see if we have power where it needs to be. Voltage there. Voltage there. A lot of water, man. Make sure that switch works. There's a lot of rust. What is going on here? Nothing. Nada. The fuse is good. That is weird. Very, very weird. Let's check incoming power. Alright, so we have voltage here. Look at that. That's interesting. All right, so we have power there. This is distribution leaving. Looks like our U control is bad. All right, we have a fuse right here that is not checking out for continuity. Let's go ground. that's definitely sus. Ground. Okay. So that is a 110 volt fuse. Fuse is shot. Why is the fuse shot? Protecting the board. I'm going to play a little game. We're going to remove the power that goes to the blowers to here. And that outlet there. Removing the power from there, so I'm also going to remove, I wonder if the circulator died. Something is drawing a lot of amperage where it killed this. Okay, these are those two circulators. Let's just see if we have any shorts to ground. So here's ground, and there's ground. Ground, ground, ground to there, ground to there, nothing, nothing, nothing. How about to one of these? Okay, that's ground, that's normal. Well, either there's a 110 volt short or the control is bad. Alright, I don't think I got any video of this, but the water was just like so much. So I took a peek that way and I noticed the transformer, primary secondary transformer, all rusted up. Now this is a 110 24 volts, so the black and the white is 110 or 120, and the blue and the yellow is 24 volts, so primary secondary voltage. And as you can see, it just fell apart. Yeah, that thing is definitely not good, and that I'm surprised that the 24 volt fuse didn't blow either. Okay, let's get a new transformer in there. I'm going to reuse the harness from that. I'm just going to use a universal Honeywell with a circuit breaker built into it, so added protection. We're going to, I'm going to mount that probably externally, maybe there. I want to, maybe I'll put it back there. I don't know. We'll see. On second thought, I'm going to externally mount that new transformer. I drilled a hole with that step bit, and now there is the new transformer. Let's put a couple wire nuts on the wires that are not being used. You cannot wire nut them together. They have to be separately. They need to be separated. All right, I resecured the U-control module that that rests on that little chassis piece that I took out, and now I just have to deal with the two other wires, the black and the white. And where is that harness? Is it hiding somewhere? Where did it go? Oh my god, I'm an idiot. It's right there the whole time. There's that. And now the black and the white from the transformer. There's that one. Beautiful. Okay. So secondary voltage, primary voltage. Let's just wrap that up and shove it back in there like that. Those are all out of the way. Here goes this circulator block. All right, that's connected, that's connected, that's connected. If I close this and turn on the power, hopefully we have a la peanut butter sandwiches, but oh man, this is so annoying. Let's not forget fuse. All right, wish me luck. A la peanut butter sandwiches. That's lit up. All right. Pre-purge. Let's just do a little amp test on this motor, which is gonna be right there. 0.2. I don't get what is up with this switching relay. That is messed up. Look at that. I wonder what's doing. Before we take out the boiler, we're going to remove the end switch that goes to the boiler, and let's figure out what zone is doing this, right? Because that should not be going like that. In the meantime, we need to keep an eye on our boiler. That's 0.4. Nothing there. 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, 1.6 amps. That's going to be that. Sorry, that one. Our indirect circulator. 1.6 amps of power on that, but we still have to deal with this. Okay, sensory overload, folks. That just stopped doing what it wasn't supposed to be doing out of the blue. I wonder why. I wonder why. All my zone valves are not trying to do anything. Let's put our M switch back for now. I would really love to know what the cause of that was right now, but right now it stopped. All right, that indirect circulator is circulating 0.5 amps of power. Let's put this cover back on. That leak is going to stop. That's not fun to fix. That is something that we're going to want to schedule with the new gaskets. And chances are you're going to end up replacing the manifold. Just keeping it real. Well, the noise is back. I'll show you that in a second. We're at temperature, but this thing is spazzing out. And last time I was taking this one off, and it stopped. So zone 2, right, is making my life difficult right now. Zone 2. Which one is this? This is this wire that disappears. Zone 2. God knows. All right. I got money on one of these zone valves. All right, let's add it again. See, I disconnected 3. That doesn't do it. Disconnect 2 does it. So I disconnect zone 2. We are quiet. Something's up with zone 2. All right, so let's separate zone 2, which is going inside this wall. Why are you going inside the wall there, buddy? Where does zone 2 go? Let's try something. Okay, that one communicates. That one communicates. That one communicates. That one communicates. Kitchen. Well, God knows what zone 2 is. Heating coil, crawl space. 3rd floor, 2nd floor. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna guess 3rd floor. All right, put it back on the wall. And let's wait a little bit because it's gonna power up. Okay. So now the nest is on the wall.
Yeah.
And it is spazzing out down here. Okay. What does it say on the display right now?
It says your system, and then it says heating, and then it says continue or test.
All right, go continue.
Good. And it's equipment settings, like heat, but...
Yeah, I just want to go to like the main screen to see what mode it's set to and what it's reading and what it's set to.
All right, so now it's off. I can turn it to heat mode.
Oh, it's off right now.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So curious, put it on to heat mode and like to a high temperature. So yeah, so now it's on. Okay.
So now it's orange. It's showing. It'll
Yep.
heat up to...
All right, now turn it off.
Okay.
Okay. And we'll see how quickly it does it. If it does it all again. So what's you had multiple secondary issue right now. Okay. So leave that on the wall. Just come back down here because you can control it with your phone. Display on boiler is blank. However, boiler is getting line voltage. Found on for line voltage blown. Found leak on union going into primary, secondary header on supply side. This got the transformer wet, which after replacing was installed externally. Cycled system. Noted issue with zone 2 on a switching relay box, which is 3rd floor Nest thermostat. Removed Nest thermostat from wall. Rapidly turning on and off zone. Stopped even though thermostat was off. Advise client to replace thermostat. All right, ladies, and gentlemen, we successfully diagnosed the initial cause of the service call, which was no hot water. The heating system is connected to an indirect water heater, and the leak coming from the primary loop header on the supply union was leaking. It happens. But that leak was a perfect storm, and water was accumulating on that upper shelf that holds the U controller, which is the motherboard, and the transformer. So we mounted that transformer externally. We had a discussion with the homeowner about that union leaking. And listen, we could try tightening it up. We could try resealing it. We could try this, try that. But experience tells me when you touch that, which has been installed for 15, 12, 10 years, how long it's been, right? Those weld joints above could leak. And then you're trying to solder with a wire brush, a torch, and silver solder, trying to make it not leak anymore. Been there, done that, right? You open up a can of worms. Literally, you open up a can of worms. Can of worms are not nice in your boiler room. But if you're tired of getting bamboozled by your HVAC contractor, pick up the phone, give me a call, and you'll get the kind of world-class service that we just provided for this client who has a HVAC maintenance agreement with us. So we take care of his heating and cooling systems in his home for one low monthly fee. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this kind of content, smash that thumbs up button. Let me get your thoughts and feedback in the comment section down below. And of course, the best way you can show your appreciation is by subscribing to the channel. There's no cost or obligation. If you feel like throwing some money my way, you can become a member for as low as $2.99 a month. You'll get a sneak peek to content that I put out on a daily basis. You'll get to see that first. Also, if you're interested in a video consultation with me, you can go to mikeypipes.com for more details. 30 minutes of my time exclusively is $125. And all proceeds go to my nonprofit, the Mikey Pipes Philanthropy Charitable Organization. Thank you for watching. Until next time, be well, God bless, stay safe.